In today's episode, we've got FA Cup third round action. So hit like and subscribe, and let's go marching on together. What's up guys, ChasingLamely here with episode number 10 of Marching On Together, and today we're playing Watford in the third round of the FA Cup at home. However, those of you who saw the last episode where we got smashed by Manchester United will know there was some transfer business going on, and I've got a couple of updates for you. First things first is that Ruben Blanco left us for Bologna for 11.35 million. I signed him at the start of the season, he hasn't played, we've made a little bit of profit on him. Just felt like time to let him go, and obviously I brought in Hugo Lloris to cover for Blanco going, so that's not a big deal. And there's one other big departure, and that man is Rodrigo, who's joined Beijing Guan for £18.75 million. Again, a bit of a haircut on what we paid for him, about a £9 million haircut on what we paid for him, but he's been a good servant to the club, so I'm not too upset about that. Especially when you take into account the fact man's played 125 games for us. He's 32 years old, he was starting to decline and refusing to sign a new contract, so I thought I'd just let him go. But with that all said, let's go into the game. Let's go and play Watford. So our starting lineup today is going to be Bilo in goal, Lilywhites, Koch, Verba and Sirachi at the back, with Buendia, Suarez, Shackleton and Ruan in midfield, Gelhardt and Jones up top. We have Clark, Salter, Florente, Persin, Kovnacki, Drama, Rafinha and Jankto on the bench. A couple of things to let you know that obviously you'll see it on your screen anyway. Verba currently under a transfer bid from a couple of Chinese clubs for 30 odd million. Hopefully he'll go to Beijing for 35.5. He's only 25, I don't want to get rid of him, but for 35.5 million I can replace him with a better player for less money, so it's just good business for us. We've also got Florente under bids from China, rising up to 21 million, so hoping he goes to Wuhan. And then Rafinha's had a couple of bids in for him from China as well, but they're yet to meet my asking price, which is somewhere in the region of about 24 million, which is what I'm looking for him. And Jacob Jankto as well, also potentially going to Wuhan for 8.25 million. So the Chinese Premier League is definitely giving me some money, which is not a huge problem because I'll just have to do a rebuild during this window. Obviously we've got Shackleton Gelhardt wanted by a couple of clubs, Suarez wanted by a couple of Chinese clubs as well, and to be honest he's been fairly terrible, so if I get a good bid for him, something around his asking price, he'll go. Cody Drama also wanted on loan by a few clubs, and there's a few other players with bids in. Pereira's wanted on loan by Portsmouth, Watkins potentially going on loan to AZ or Braga, so there might be some big overhauls in this window. Obviously Skip and Phillips still not able to play, but let's get into it. Let's see what we can do against Watford in the FA Cup. In the dressing room, we're going to step up our game here, put an end to our run of bad results. That's pretty good. Can we do a point finger on that? We will. That's motivated some players because we do need to turn around this run of results. Both teams going to want to spell a poor form. It's a good opportunity to arrest recent draws. It is, because they are of course a championship side. Will the funds brought in by Rodrigo's sale be reinvested in the first team squad? Absolutely will be. It currently is. Those players won't be in time for the first game against Aston Villa, but they will be in for the second leg and hopefully bedded in by then. We've got an early corner, 35 seconds in. It's going to be Buendia to take it, looking to go short to Felipe Suarez, plays it across to Shackleton, back to Emi to Lilywhites has a pop, Jones finally puts it in. I don't know if Lilywhites was supposed to be shooting or crossing or what then. I think it looked like it hit the post when I was watching it in real time. We'll have another look on the replay, see what actually happened there, because it looked like Lilywhites took his shot and hit the post, and luckily Jones was there to pick up the rebound. Lilywhites came off of a defender, it came off Rakic at the back. I think that's the Luka Rakic I may have had when I was at Schloss last season, who knows. But just going straight into another highlight. Hopefully this isn't going to go end to end, because we should be beating Watford comfortably. As Lilywhites plays it to Suarez, Suarez back to Lilywhites to Shackleton, Shackleton through to Emi. Can Buendia do something here? Is he going to have a shot? He is. Bonham with a great save, and we've got ourselves another corner, and we're going to keep this pressure up, and this could easily be a cricket score today. So Buendia takes it short again to Shackleton, Shackleton back to Buendia, who may have been offside. Yeah, he was. He was offside. I thought he may have been. Bit of poor timing there, really. Throw in, and it's Lilywhites to take it for us, going deep into the box, looking for Curtis Jones. Head on to Gelhardt, and Gelhardt has got himself the second of the game. The referee wants to have a look at it for offside, and we're going to go to VAR, and what's going to happen here, it was offside, so Gelhardt gets his goal chalked off, unfortunately. but we are showing some really good promise here. Really good. He was clearly offside. He was clearly offside. Showing some really good promise regardless, and hopefully we will see more goals. Yosemir on the left hand side now. Can he cross the ball? That will be good. Tackled by Manquillo, and it's going to go long. Verba there to clear it up. Play it down the line for Shackleton. Shackleton takes his time, knows there's no rush, puts it over the top looking for Joe Gelhardt though. Gelhardt tackle, Emmy back to Gelhardt, has a pop. Jones is there off the post and it's wide. And we're piling on the pressure right now. Another throw in for us. It's Jedvaj going long again into the box looking for Gelhardt. First time Joe Gelhardt gets a goal this time, and there's no question that was offside. Joe Gelhardt finally gets his goal, gets himself on the score sheet. That is going to be a 2-0 lead that we can drop some praise on. And Jedvaj, what a throw in again to really trouble the defence. And Gelhardt just gets a touch on it, puts it past the keeper, job's a good one. Another throw in for us is Yosemir taking it this time to Ruan. And Ruan plays it inside for Suarez, out to Curtis Jones, who plays it through looking for Gelhardt, doesn't find him. And now it's back with Jones, though Watford have given the ball away. Shackleton through over the top to Jones. Curtis Jones, tight angle, Gelhardt's there, can't quite put it away, and Manquillo clears it. It's gone for a throw-in. Goal kick now for Watford. Bonham to take it, puts it long, looking for Carvalho. Ruan heads it away though. Jones on the ball, plays it through, looking for Emi Buendia. Can Buendia score? Oh, it's off the post again. We've hit the post twice now. Ruan picks it up to keep it back in play, crosses it. Wilmot gets rid of it, and that's gone out into touch. Corner, and it's Emi Buendia taking it short to Shackleton. Shackleton plays it back to Emi. Emi plays it across the box, and Sarachi is there to put it away. I have no idea what he was doing in the box because he's supposed to be hanging around the edge of it. I didn't see him make the move inside the box. Keep an eye out, see where he actually was, because that's going to be curious. But Emi was there, plays it across. Yeah, I don't know why he was there. He should have been hanging around here. Oh well, he scored, so I'm not going to hold it against him. We've gone straight into the kick-off for Watford. It's 3-0 now. Backinson to a guy whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. To Asai Samuel. Let's win this back. Let's see if we can make it 4 before half-time. Ball goes at the top from Molam, and it's with Jedvaj. Jedvaj back to Bilo. Bilo back to Jedvaj, and we're looking pretty confident now. Ball goes forward for Buendia. Buendia to Gelhardt. Gelhardt is through. Can he score again? Great chip, great lob, great goal. What a finish. What a way to get your 15th goal of the season in January. And Gelhardt looking very, very special. And you've got to start asking questions about whether or not this guy can play himself into an England squad, because he has been averaging about a goal a game so far this season. And that's a fantastic finish. That's an absolute worldie of a finish to make it 4-0 over Watford. And that's half-time. It is 4-0, and we're going to go into the dressing room and just praise the players, quite frankly. I'm happy with how things are going. Keep it up, lads. Let's start the second half. Emi with a short corner to Felipe Suarez, to Koch, back to Emi, across to Jedvaj, who has a pop. Bonham gets his fingertips to it, puts it over the bar. We're going to get another corner, though, from Buendia. That Buendia combination with Suarez looking pretty good on that side. Emi back to Suarez, Suarez back into Emi. Emi has a pop, and Emiliano Buendia gets his third of the season, his first goal of the game, and it's 5-0. And anybody who's watching, send my apologies to Miles Jacobson, because you know he's up there somewhere, and you know his head's in his hands, because he knows who the bosses are in this game at Elland Road. And it's most assuredly Leeds United. It's going to be a check for a tight offside, but no. Just all manner of no. It all worked out. Happy days. 5-0. Another throw for Jedvaj. Can we make it 6 here in the 70th minute? Goes long. Rakic heads it away. Jedvaj is there again. Can he get the ball in quickly? Emi back to Jedvaj. Jedvaj should cross as soon as possible, quite frankly. Plays it back to Emi. Emi across the box. Felipe Suarez is there. And that is 6-0. And 6-0 is pretty comprehensive. That's a pretty good way to bounce back from that loss against United, to show we still have those winning ways. I know we're about to lose 5 or 6 players. We've already lost 2 and I'm going to do a rebuild, but it's going to be a good rebuild, I think. I've got some good players lined up, and some of these guys will be staying to play alongside them. Goal kick for Watford. Bonham to take it, goes long, and hopefully Ruan will get to this. He's headed it forward looking for Jones. Manquillo though picks it up to Sequeira, to Sforza, to Cassidy up top. And we need to get back in front of this, because it'd be nice to keep the clean sheet through to Asai Samuel, and the clean sheet has gone. And that's our one real problem at the moment, is we just cannot keep a clean sheet. We are just very much looking to outscore our opponents. And sometimes it's bitten us quite hard. It shouldn't bite us hard. I won't say it won't, but it shouldn't bite us quite hard today. But there have definitely been occasions when that has bit us very, very hard. I'm just going to check for an offside here, and I don't think he was at all. That was at no point at all checking that for offside. Perfectly fair goal, and Ruan is tiring, so I'm going to make some changes after this corner. Emi short to Felipe Suarez. Suarez back to Emi. Is Emi going to score a second? Puts it across the box for Ruan. And frankly, he does need to come off because he's tired, but what a way to bow out. We'll send Rafinha in, because this might be the last time we see him. In fact, I'm going to take Shackleton off as well to prevent him getting sent off, and give Jank to a chance, a chance to be, you know, oh, I've lost the ability to swallow now. Good stuff. Give him the chance to show his worth to any potential new employers. There you go, I've managed to speak English. Watford putting the ball for Wilmot to Cassidy. Cassidy is through. Is he going to score again? He is. 7-2 now, and I couldn't pick out who was to blame for that one, if I'm honest. I think it was just good Route 1 football. We'll have another look on the replay. Wilmot puts the ball forward, and it was very much, I think, Verb out of position. Cassidy, though, got in there. He must have some really good pace. I've not had a look at Ryan Cassidy. Maybe he's just a really quick player. And that's full time. It is 7-2. We've had some great performances from Jones, from Gelhardt, from Buendia, from Suarez, from Srirachi, Verba, Koch, Ruan and Jedvaj. Some great performances around. Obviously Rafinha, Janko and Drama didn't get a chance to make an impact on the game. Bilo not had a great performance but didn't really need to. That's a good win for us. Job's a good one. And I don't know when the draw for the next round of the FA Cup is coming. I have a feeling it's coming before the next game against Villa, so we'll have a quick check in just a second. So a quick interview. Such a positive result must have gone down well with you. Will the players be getting a day off as a result? Absolutely they will. To set up particular options on the cards would be an exaggeration. Just how pleased are you by the outcome? Superb win. Good job. Nicely done. And now we do go forward and check to see when the draw is. It's just before the Villa game, so we'll come back in just a second for the draw, and then the next episode will be Aston Villa. So we've made it through to the fourth round draw of the FA Cup. There's been some transfer business, but I'll go through that in tomorrow's episode, or sorry, the next episode, the Aston Villa game episode, because, you know, interests of time and whatnot. So let's just go straight into the draw. Let's see who we get, and it's going to be Blackburn Rovers. There you go, another championship side, which is always interesting, and a bit of a local triumvirate there as well in that other draw. Bristol or Oxford playing Reading. There's a bunch of dislike between those clubs. A lot of dislike, especially Oxford and Reading, a lot of dislike there. Let's have a quick look, see what that's going to fall on our schedule. It's going to fall just for the second leg of the Villa game. Well, that's quite handy, so I guess we play Villa next, then Blackburn, then Villa. That works out perfectly. Right, let's wrap things up there, because that feels like a really good place to stop. If you want to catch me on social media, you can find me on Twitter, Insta and Patreon at ChasingLamely. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because liking and subscribing is good for you, good for the channel, good for your soul. Magic graphic right there-ish will remind you that you should subscribe and hit the all notifications, ringing the bell button, because that way you find out when I go live in the FM Premier League. And in the meantime, guys, I have been Chasing Lamely as always, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.